RedShark NAB 23 coverage is sponsored by
Hey, it's Michael. Welcome back to the Insta360 booth. Today I have some really exciting products to show you. I'm going to show you 3 products and I'm going to show you an advanced professional 8K workflow. So the first product I'm going to show you is called the Insta360 Link. This is the world's most advanced webcam. It's based on a 3-axis gyroscope and it has AI technology for gesture control. So I can gesture the camera, it will lock onto me, and then it will start following me everywhere I go. And this is amazing for presenters, educators, instructors, anybody that's doing a lot of remote training right now. This is really great. It's a 4K camera. I can also gesture it again to stop tracking me. It has 3 different gesture control settings. The tracking, a zoom function, and it also has a whiteboard recognition function. So if you're a presenter and you have a whiteboard in the background, you can trigger it. The Link will automatically find the whiteboard and full screen it, so you don't have to carry your whole computer and webcam over to your presenter's board. So it just makes live streaming and virtual engagement much easier with this type of a camera. It also has the ability to record HDR. It has a whole pan tilt zoom functionality. So if I use my Insta360 Link software, I can move it around. You can also use it like you would a normal camera. There's an image settings customization option. So you can set your brightness, your contrast, your saturation, your sharpness. I've actually gone into desk view mode and it takes the camera and it flips the image 180. So if I want to demonstrate something at my desk down here, or if I want to show how I'm coding or typing or whatever I'm doing, it's like a cool overhead shot for you. That's just one thing that you can do. It also has a quarter 20 on the bottom. So if you want to put a tripod on and use it as a secondary camera for overhead shots, you can do that as well. If you want to learn more about the Link or any of Insta360 products, just go to Insta360.com and you'll get all the information. So next, I'm going to take you over to the Insta360 X3. So this is the world's most popular 360 camera. It's the 4th generation of the Insta360 One X line. It's now the X3. But what you'll find differently on this camera is it actually has a large front-facing touchscreen. So I can touch the screen and I can actually move my image in 360 degrees directly on the camera. So it's a fully stitched image. There's a lens on the front and a lens on the back. The upgrades here are, it's a new 1/2-inch sensor. You get 72 megapixel still photos, 5.7K resolution shooting. But then you also get access to best-in-class AI features. What we have is a feature called Shot Lab. And with Shot Lab, you're getting basically a mini After Effects condensed down into your phone. So you can do templates like sky replacements and stop motions, and you can do fly lapses and all these effects that normally take a lot of time. Our app automates for you. So this is the newest camera that we have. It just 360 camera. It just came out a couple of months ago. Really excited about this. It also has the same features that we've had on our other cameras, like it has removable batteries. It's waterproof down to 33 feet. And it has best-in-class 6-axis stabilization. The next product I'm going to take you over to, this is the newest product that Insta360 has, and we're so excited about this one because this is the first non-camera product that Insta360 has ever made. It's called Flow, and it's the world's most advanced mobile gimbal. So once I put the magnetic clip on my phone, I attach the magnetic clip to Flow, and I turn on the gimbal, and it will automatically recommend that I open up the Insta360 app. Once I do that, it will connect to Flow through Bluetooth instantly. And what Flow does is, so it has 3-axis stabilization. But the other thing that it has is, I'm going to flip the camera around on you right now. Okay, you ready? So if I flip the camera around, it'll automatically start tracking the subject. So if you move around, it'll track you. Now go behind this person. Okay, so it has something called person re-identification. And with person re-identification, if you're blocked by an object or by a subject and you re-emerge, it'll continue to track you. And no other product in the market is doing that, because it doesn't just recognize people and faces, it recognizes specific objects and specific people, and it'll always remember that. Now, if I want to lose the tracking, I can just stop tracking you. You can go into horizontal mode. There's an old school iPod-esque touch wheel on here that changes the different shooting modes. We have a joystick that you can use to manually control objects. So what I really like about this is if I track you, I can use the joystick. I can use the joystick to offset. So it's not always going to put the subject in the center of the frame. I can have you on the left of the frame or the right of the frame to make it a little bit more cinematic, which is really cool. The other thing that you have here is, let me find it. This is the spotlight. So the spotlight, what this does is there's a top-mounted USB port here, and if your phone ever runs out of battery, you can actually charge your phone with the gimbal. It doubles down as a battery. Now, I love this because it rotates 180 degrees, and you can mount this right onto the top of your Flow, and it has three different color temperature settings and 3 different brightnesses. So you have really 9 options that you can select from this accessory, and there's a little clip on the back so it stays in. The other thing that we have on here, on the back of the Flow, is we have a cold shoe mount. So you can attach professional audio recording equipment directly to Flow and get the best quality audio for whatever you're shooting. This is also the only mobile gimbal on the market that has both a built-in tripod and a built-in selfie stick. So the advantage of something like this is it has a little bearing right here. So if I come around, I can actually get low to the ground, super cinematic shots using this whole setup here. And then the beauty of Insta360, so there's 2 more things that I want to show you about. The first thing about the Flow is it has an AI shot genie built into it. What does that mean? So for people who are just starting out as content creators, you can select Shot Genie and say, I'm at the park. Or you tell it whatever you're doing, right? And it will give you a template for your action. So for me, it just gave me a park template. So if I want to go walking, and if I'm somebody who doesn't know filmmaking super well and I'm a consumer, it gives me a shot list that I can go by. So if I select this template and I say I want to film, it basically overlays my entire shot list directly on my screen. So as I'm shooting, I know exactly what shot to get, if I want to push in or if I want to pan from top to bottom or whatever I want to do. And then it'll take all of those shots that you got and it'll combine them for you into a timeline using our auto editor. So it's actually really sophisticated how this does it. There's hundreds of different templates built in. There's also something built in called scene identification. So if you turn on your camera, you point it at whatever you want to shoot, the AI will interpret what that is, and then it'll also recommend shots for you. And then the final thing is, for professional filmmakers or semi-professional filmmakers, you have the ability to change all of your manual camera settings directly inside the Insta360 app. You can do your ISO, your shutter, your white balance, your exposure value, all inside the Insta360 app. Now, another really cool feature that I love about this, let's say you're shooting by yourself, right? How in the world are you going to enable the tracking? Or so the other way of enabling tracking, let me go back here real quick. Okay, another way of tracking is I can actually select you, right? So if I want to select you, then that'll keep you tracked. But if you're just a solo person and let's say you want to use the rear camera, how do you do that? There's no possible way of doing that. So what we have is something called gesture control. So I can look at the camera, I can gesture it, and in 3 seconds I can be remote and it'll start recording me and it'll track me at the same time. So now if I go behind you, it lost me, right? But now I can reemerge from the other side and it picks me up again. So it's absolutely incredible. There's much more that you can do with Flow. I seriously recommend, if you guys are interested in mobile gimbals and you shoot with your phone all the time, go look at www.insta360.com. look us up on social media at Insta360, and you'll get a ton of videos that show you how to use this product, all the other features that I haven't mentioned. It starts at $159, and there's 2 different models for it, but it's the lowest cost gimbal on the market that does what this gimbal does. So it's really cool. We're really excited about it. Insta360 does have a professional side of the business. We make an 11K camera and we make an 8K camera. And in the recent years, we've put out a technology that allows you to live stream in 8K using a couple of external stitching servers. And so what we have here is actually the future of traditional broadcast. When a lot of people see 360 cameras, they think, oh, VR, right? They think I need to pan around and scan. But the obvious advantage of having a 360 camera for traditional broadcast is that you can take one single camera feed that's in 360 and you can chop it up into 8 or 9 or 10 different, completely different shots that you can put into your switcher and use as part of a traditional broadcast. So for people that are broadcasters that are on a budget, that are small, that have small teams that can't afford a lot of camera crews, you can get a 360 camera and the Meet Mo software, and you have essentially an entire camera team with multiple cameras, all using the same one.
Hi, I'm Andrew Schwartz. I'm the creative officer of Meet Mo. We're an online creative platform that allows anybody to become a broadcaster. And what we've done here with Insta360 is we've integrated their cameras in an overcapture system. So it allows us to take an 8K image or a 4K image and chop it up into a bunch of different images, so that way you can become the broadcaster. So I can take my 360 and I can go, I just want to look at this. And as you can see here, I have all my 4K inputs. As well, I'm utilizing the new Insta360 Link as my tiny PTZ. So I'm able to use the AI tracking, and it's able to track me, and I'm able to have a camera following me as I'm talking, no different than if I had a cameraman. And here I am, I'm a one-person crew. I'm able to live switch just like any other switcher, so I'm able to cut my show, as well as I'm able to do new creative shots that I've never been able to get before, like tiny planning. So this allows me to use a 360 in new creative ways, because now I have a 360-degree field of view that I'm able to choose from. And in full PTZ control, I can go to any of my normal views, and I can pan, and I can scan, I can zoom, just like a normal PTZ camera. As well, this gives me the ability to simulcast my VR. So I not only have my multi-camera, I have an 8K VR stream that I can stream out to anywhere that's VR acceptable, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Meta. Other great things about this, it allows you to up your Zoom call quality, right? You have a Zoom meeting with a tiny webcam on your, well, now I have a 360 cam that I can feed in through MeetMo into my Zoom meeting. So I can have a multi-camera experience. I can add titles, graphics, prompters, all the things you'd want to do in a normal broadcast, but it brings it to you on your laptop in the cloud.